Fulio, man, you a talking about my dead homeboy and just dropped that shit. What? I'm on the 6 right now, nigga.
When them bullets flew past us, I wish I would've died. I was riding with them killers, really hummer.
There are still no arrests following the shooting death of a Jacksonville rapper known as Julio Foolio.
The rapper was celebrating his 26th birthday. This happened outside a Holiday Inn. You can see the bullet holes riddling the front of the windshield of this car.
Have you heard? Julio is dead. Fulio, who was an up-and-coming rapper from Florida, has died in a shooting outside a Tampa area hotel. You might remember him from his popular diss track that racked up to 45 million views on YouTube. This was the guy who released a song after his ops, family, and friends were offed.
Let's talk about dead ops. I gotta listen. Name one by one. They all got blitz. I need y'all to listen.
As far as we knew, this guy was invincible, but apparently not. His attorney, Louis Fusco, released a statement announcing the rapper's death on Sunday, just hours after he was shot. Guess what, though? The juiciest part of this story is that the one person many people are pointing at as the main suspect is that same op, Yungeen Ace. I mean, this guy literally followed Julio's playbook, releasing a track just hours after Julio's death.
We be laughing, but this is serious. When we in the city, we all on the mirror.
So today, we are going to talk about the life and story of Yungeen Ace, the alleged Kayer of Julio Fulio. Yungeen Ace, whose real name is Kayanta Bullard, was born in Chicago but moved to Jacksonville, Florida, after facing a tough upbringing. He was one of 12 brothers, raised by a single mother while his dad was in prison. With no father figure, he looked up to his uncle, but when his uncle died, Ace turned to the streets to cope with his pain. Music became his escape, and he started a crew called ATK, Ace to K. Ace started releasing music in 2014, but it wasn't until 2018 that he gained serious traction with hits like No Witness and Find Myself. His raw and honest lyrics resonated with many, and he quickly built a strong online following. Yungeen Ace kicked off his rap career in 2017 with the song Go to War, dropping it on January 18th as part of his local crew Yungeen Gang. Later that year, on Christmas Day, he released his first solo track, No Witness, which got a lot of attention. In early 2018, he kept the momentum going with more hits like Find Myself, All In, and F That, making a name for himself in the rap game. He came out with his first mixtape, Life of Betrayal, that year too, teaming up with Cinematic Music Group and featuring artists like Youngboy Never Broke Again and Jay DeYoungin. Moving into 2019 and 2020, Yungeen Ace didn't slow down. He dropped singles like So Long and Message, which racked up millions of streams on SoundCloud. He also collaborated with Jay DeYoungin on the mixtape Can't Speak On It, including the hit Ops that blew up on Spotify. In 2019, he released his EP Chloe and then his third mixtape, Step Harder, which hit number 81 on the Billboard 200. This mixtape featured big names like Lil Durk, Dej Loaf, and Boozy Badazz, showing he was a force to be reckoned with in the rap scene. In 2020, Yungeen Ace teamed up with King Von on the track Trust Issues and released his fourth mixtape, Don Dada, featuring hits like 400 Shots and Heartbroken. The following year, in March 2021, Yungeen Ace, along with Spinna Benz, Fast Money Goon, and Wappa Wit Da Choppa, released a single titled Who I Smoke. The song is a diss track targeted at Jacksonville rapper Julio that samples 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. It has gained popularity on social media, as well as controversy for its acts of violence and The song has been certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA, in July 2022.
Paramedics couldn't say a life, boy. Rod can't dead and he never coming back, boy. We gon' treat this
The
bitch
beef
like
between Young and Ace and Julio started with a misunderstanding in 2017, escalating into a full-blown conflict. Now, if you're not a fan of hip-hop music, you're probably unaware of the level of talented musicians coming out of Jacksonville. The origins of rap music is rooted in battles, two guys and two mics going at it, sparring with one another using lyrics and rhymes to outdo their rival. These rivalries have sparked beefs that turned deadly, most notable in the 1990s, East Coast versus West Coast, which resulted in the M of arguably the two best in the industry, Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G.
First off, your in the click you claim. West side when we ride, come equipped with
Right now in Jacksonville, the rival factions are ATK versus KTA. There are hundreds of videos on YouTube describing what both acronyms mean with some slight variations. The one thing constant in both is the K stands for K. The star of ATK is rapper Yungeen Ace. The star of KTA is rapper Julio Foolio. Dozens of YouTube channels are chronicling the origins of this beef, most notably our Quiet Room, hosted by Queensflip, who documents and facilitates rap battles and criminal activities in the rap scene according to its YouTube channel.
7 days a week, around this spinning. Any day this week, I bet they come.
These vloggers and social media posts from Yungeen Ace and Julio Fulio concede that this beef went from bad to deadly with the May 2017 K-ing of 19-year-old Zion Brown on Jacksonville's west side after a man stormed a home there and shot him to death. Brown was Julio Fulio's cousin. Arrested in that shooting was 19-year-old DeAndre Thomas. Yungeen Ace, whose real name is Kenyatta Bullard, pleaded no contest in an Orange Park robbery that occurred 7 months before Brown's M. Thomas and Bullard were both implicated in that robbery, where the two conspired to rob someone who was reportedly selling marijuana, according to a June 2018 article in the Florida Times-Union. Shots were fired into that home, nearly missing a couple and a 1-year-old child. Yungeen Ace was the target in a retaliatory shooting for Brown's death in June 2018 when he and 3 other teens went to a town center restaurant to celebrate the rapper's brother's birthday. Ace survived after being shot 8 times. The 3 others, including his brother Trayvon Bullard, 18, died. The 2 other men were Royale Devon Smith Jr., 18, and Jerkaby Dashad Groover, 19.
When I got shot, the police told my mama that I set it up.
That you set it up?
Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Following the mass shooting, Julio Fulio made several posts on social media glorifying the KNGs. He even created a t-shirt airbrushed with a photo of Royale Devon Smith Jr., aka 23, that said, "Rest in Piss 23. He posted a photo of the t-shirt on his Instagram page saying, "I'm getting a new t-shirt made for my show." The bloodshed continued in January 2019 with another mass shooting, this time outside of Paradise Gentlemen's Club on Bay Meadows Road. Willie Addison, a rapper known as Boss Goon, was K-Ed. He had just performed at the club. He was in the car with family members who were also injured. Family members of ATK rapper Kasu, whose name really is Hakeem Robinson, were injured in the shooting, including his father, Adbull Robinson, who was shot in the back.
At least 3 times that we've covered, he's been shot before, once grazing his leg, another time while he was over in Houston, and another time in his foot.
More retaliatory bloodshed followed in January 2019 with the shooting death of Charles Quentin McCormick Jr., a KTA rapper who went by the name of Lil Buck. That was followed by another hit on KTA a month later in February 2019 with the death of Julio Fulio's little brother, 16-year-old Adrian Dennard Gaynor Jr., aka Bibby, at a Moncrief area apartment complex. Julio Fulio and his girlfriend were both injured in separate shootings in clear attempts on their lives. Hakeem Robinson, aka Ksu, celebrated these latest K-ings by putting the fallen KTA victims on the cover of his album entitled Bibby Out, named for Julio Fulio's little brother. Yungeen Ace escaped death again in March 2019 after another attempt on his life in Waycross, GA. A 30-year-old man was K-ed in that shooting, and 3 men were arrested. Now the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arrested Ksu in March, charging him with K-ing Bibby and Lil Buck. This arrest came after several months of Ksu posting several videos of himself bragging about the K-ings of KTA members and taunting Julio Fulio about smoking Bibby. Julio Fulio returned the favor, posting several videos of himself taunting ATK and Yungeen Ace, talking about who I'm smoking, which included Ace's brother and rapper 23.
When I see you, I'ma push your back, boy. Chopper get the spin through your set, we don't fight, boy.
Since then, Tupac Shakur proclaimed that he wanted his homies to smoke his cremated ashes after he died. "You'll get hella high," he said. What many thought was a joke turned out to be serious. In a twisted show of love, respect, and honor, several people who were close to the rapper reportedly smoked some of his cremated remains. What we're seeing in Jacksonville with this disturbing ATK-KTA beef is the flipping of Tupac's twisted narrative of literally smoking your homies. It's being used as a joke here where the rivals are saying who they're smoking to denote who's been K-Ed. Rappers Spinabenz, Wappa Wit Da Choppa, Yungeen Ace, and Fast Money Goon released a video 3 weeks ago of a track called Who I Smoke. It has taken off like a rocket with 14 million views in that time span. Who I Smoke is a disturbing twist on Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles. The main hook of the song is Ace singing the catchy phrase, Who I Smoke, followed by the name of an KTA rival. Not to be outdone by ATK, Julio Foolio released a diss track of his own Friday called When I See You, a remix of recording artist Fantasia's hit single When I See You. It was nearing 1 million views in 12 hours.
When I ride through the east side, I wanna see you. When I see you.
While Fantasia's When I See You is her singing about her nervous feelings when she sees the guy she's swooning over, Julio Fulio's When I See You is him rapping about someone he hates, Yungeen Ace, and what he'd like to do to him when he sees him. More disturbing than that is the banner Julio Fulio totes around in the video of the 3 teens who were K-Ed while riding with Yungeen Ace near town center.
And I don't see you. I don't see you. Get there like 232, 23.
In one part of the video, he's laying on the banner in a graveyard rapping while making references to 23, or Royale Devon Smith Jr., who's pictured on the banner along with Yungeen Ace's brother Trayvon Bullard and Jerkaby Dashad Groover. The 3 were K-Ed after leaving a town center restaurant where they were celebrating Bullard's birthday. A portion of the lyrics state, went out to eat on his birthday, 4 shot, 3 dead in the worst way, he kept dissing on me. No, he's smoking 23. Now, for those folks who might be wondering who Julio Foolio is, Julio, born Charles Jones on June 21, 1998, in Jacksonville, Florida, was renowned for his raw and gritty music style, reflecting the harsh realities of street life. Julio had a rough start in life. He grew up in tough conditions, feeling like there was little quality in his childhood. Despite his early struggles, Julio had a knack for rapping, but he didn't take it seriously until dropping out of school in 9th grade. Money was tight, so he hustled to pay for studio time, starting to gain attention in 2015 with tracks like Coming Up, which helped him book shows and earn a living from music.
Got kidnapped, he should have paid like a Bible. Amp and Bendo died together. I'm smoking smash forever.
Julio branded himself with his crew, KTA, K Them All, and over the next few years, his popularity soared in Florida's music scene. And of course, the deadly beef also put him in the limelight. I mean, this deadly beef apparently has been on for a few years. Yungeen Ace and Julio Fulio's their viral music videos suggested that they were just getting started. Unfortunately, Julio's attorney announced Julio's death, who was shot and K-Ed on Sunday in Tampa, Florida. As earlier mentioned, the tragedy occurred 2 days after he celebrated his 26th birthday. Fulio was staying at the hotel named Holiday Inn in Tampa. According to attorney Louis Fusco, who spoke with News 4 Jax, the young musician was basically ambushed and kicked out of an Airbnb where he was partying with his friend.
He was in Tampa celebrating his birthday, been at an Airbnb that they rented. They exceeded occupancy at that Airbnb, which is when they left and went toward the Holiday Inn. And from Tampa Police's report, we know that he was killed there along with 3 other victims.
Mani, Fulio's girlfriend, made the announcement of his death on social media. She wrote on X, "Y'all took my boyfriend from me. I hate y'all, and I won't be the only one crying," and now her account seems to be private. As per media reports, 3 individuals sustained wounds, and 1 individual was K-Ed in the shooting occurrence outside a Tampa hotel. The deceased was later identified as Fulio. All of the injured were rushed to a hospital, where they were said to be out of danger. As indicated by the police investigation, Fulio and his friends began searching another area to proceed with their celebrations after cops showed up on the spot to stop the party after it got excessively rowdy.
The pool party start today at 5, 6 o'clock. If you already got the address, pull up, man. You got the address, pull up. If you need the address, DM me right now. The pool party start at 5, 6 o'clock.
2 cars were reportedly parked outside the hotel at the same time when a group of armed men arrived and opened fire on Fulio's vehicle.
I think it only fuels it somewhat, and somebody will step up and take his place. and they see how successful he might have been and how much money he was making, you end up copying him a little.
What we have learned, and this is early in the investigation, 2 cars were shot at. Jonay Lewis, who works as a representative for the Tampa police office, told News Channel 8. The rapper described his 26th birthday celebration as the best birthday ever in a social media post. Fulio's life had been at risk on multiple occasions. In October 2023, he survived an ambush in a Jacksonville neighborhood, sustaining severe injuries to his foot. In November 2021, he defended himself during another attack in Jacksonville using a registered weapon. Additionally, in 2020, Fulio was involved in a shooting in Houston, Texas. Following the 2023 attack, he filed a lawsuit against a UF health nurse for allegedly compromising his safety by disclosing his location.
Also a frequent face on our newscast for his connection with violence around Jacksonville over the past few years. I counted 7 different articles that we published on our website since 2019. Where Fulio was referenced in them.
Julio Fulio's career was marked by his distinctive style and unapologetic lyrics. He carved out a niche in the competitive hip-hop scene with tracks like Voodoo and Slide, which highlighted his lyrical prowess and storytelling ability. Despite facing numerous adversities, Fulio's talent and perseverance earned him a dedicated following and a net worth estimated at $1 million.
Fulio was a big name in Jacksonville's drill rap scene.
Now, apart from the fortune, fame, and the luxury items that come with being a musician, rap music isn't just about beats and rhymes. Sometimes it's about real-life drama that spills out into the streets. Over the years, some of the most intense conflicts in the rap game have resulted in tragedy, violence, and even death. Let's also look at some of the most notorious beefs that have shaken the world of hip-hop. Let's kick things off with a feud straight out of Louisiana between NBA YoungBoy and Fredo Bang. These two started off as friends, but things turned sour when G-Money, a close pal of YoungBoy, got mixed up with Fredo Bang's sister. The tension boiled over into diss tracks and public feuds. Unfortunately, G-Money's life was cut short in 2017, fueling rumors that YoungBoy might have been involved. The drama didn't stop there. YoungBoy's manager was also gunned down in 2018, adding more fuel to the fire.
NBA YoungBoy was arrested this week at his Mill Creek home in what the Cache County Sheriff's Office is calling an ongoing investigation into criminal conduct.
Moving up to Chicago, Young Thug and YFN Lucci's beef dates back to 2017 when Lucci tweeted, "Pac would have never wore a dress," in response to Thugger dubbing himself the new Tupac that same year, and Thug wearing a dress on the cover of his 2016 mixtape Jeffrey. Thug wrote back on Twitter saying, "You lil mad or big mad peon." He then seemingly threatened Lucci, writing, "Thank God you able to take care ya mama and be humble doing too much could become a deep sleep." Lucci later dropped a single called Like Pac. The beef died down shortly after that, but in March of 2019, Young Thug responded to fans questioning the status of his beef with Lucci. "Man, of course I'm gonna slap Lucci and Sauce," Young Thug said on his Instagram livestream, also referring to Houston rapper Sauce Walker. "I'ma slap the hell out y'all little nappers, man. Stop playing, keep playing, and know what time it is," Lucci responded, insisting that Thug wouldn't be putting his hands on anyone and mentioning Young Thug's then-girlfriend Jerica Carlay in an Instagram video. The two rappers continued to trade insults back and forth, with Thug posting the eyebrow-raising Instagram story post, "IFN if AN like what you do for your mother and kids, I would've been KED you," following a bad album review from Lucci. In March of 2020, Thug reignited the beef by poking fun at Lucci's jewelry.
Next question is, you and Thug?
I don't know him.
In March of 2022, YFN Lucci was stabbed in jail while awaiting trial for M and RICO charges. Young Thug, who is currently fighting his own RICO case in Atlanta, was accused of giving permission for the attack.
The objectives of the conspiracy included, but were not limited to, preserving, protecting, and enhancing the reputation, power, territory of the enterprise through acts of racketeering activity, including.
And then, in the tough streets of Detroit, we have 42 Doug and Sada Baby. 42 Doug. He's from the east side of Detroit, a rough part of town. Since he was a teen, he's been mixed up in gang stuff, running with the 6 Mile 42 Hustle Boys, part of the Crips crew. Trouble always seemed to find him. At just 15, he was deep in street life, and by 2010, he got locked up for carjacking and having a gun. Then, a fight behind bars added more time to his bid. Locked up, Doug started writing rap lyrics. When he got out, he went full throttle into the music game. His song, Mama I'm Sorry, hit home with people, and soon he got noticed by big names like Lil Baby and Yo Gotti, who signed him up. While Sada Baby, he's from the 7 Mile area. Unlike Doug, he didn't join a gang until he was 22. That's rare in the rap scene, where most get into that life earlier. He repped the Bloods and had ties to the Crips through his cousin Icewear Vedzo. Sada's been making waves with tracks like Big Steppin' and collabs with heavyweights like King Von and Fredo Bang. Both these guys are putting Detroit on the map in rap, but their beef is causing major issues. Shootouts, innocent folks getting caught. It's a real tragedy. Rumors flew that Doug robbed Sada, adding fuel to the fire. Doughboy from Cleveland even jumped in, claiming Sada wasn't his buddy and exposing a robbery. Sada denied it, sparking more online drama. Doug's had his share of trouble too, like getting nabbed for having a gun. At his music video shoot, shots rang out, hitting 2 guys. Rumors pointed fingers at Sada, but another rapper, OMB Peasy, got arrested for it. Hopefully Doug and Sada can bury the hatchet, cause the streets don't need more bloodshed. Well, it's obvious that these beefs aren't just about entertainment, they have real consequences. Lives have been lost, families shattered, and neighborhoods torn apart by the violence that often accompanies these conflicts. While some feuds eventually fizzle out or get squashed, others leave a lasting mark on the rap community and beyond. In the world of rap, where egos clash and reputations are everything, beefs can escalate quickly from words to weapons. It's a reminder that behind the glitz and glamour of the music industry, there's a gritty reality where street codes often dictate the rules of engagement. While rap beefs might seem like just another part of the industry, they're a stark reminder of the very real and sometimes tragic consequences of unresolved conflicts. As the stories continue to unfold, one thing remains clear. In the world of hip-hop, sometimes beef is more than just words. It's a matter of life and death, and that is all for today. Until next time, bye.